I want you to start thinking about time differently than you've been taught. Instead of thinking that it happens like a timeline from start to finish, I want you to start thinking about time like you think about TV channels. And I get that we don't typically use channels as much anymore, but you still get the idea, right? There are a bunch of channels, even though we have streaming apps. Think about it that way. There's a bunch of different streaming apps, like whatever goes best for you. But I want you to think about it, it's as if there are a bunch of different TV channels. They're all already playing out. It's not like one isn't playing because you're not watching it, right? It's still happening. You're just not tuned into that frequency. That's the way time works. It's all happening simultaneously. You're just only aware of the one that you are observing and that you're watching. So even though you may have been tuned into one channel for a really long time now, like you might even be at the point where you've been watching the reruns over and over again, you can almost you have it memorized pretty much, like that's how much you've been tuned into that one channel. You can consciously decide that you are going to tune into a new channel at any time, regardless of how long you've been playing into this channel. You can decide, you know what? I'm kind of sick of this. Like, I don't want to watch the same thing over and over again. If I can repeat it, then this probably isn't exciting anymore. Like, there's other things out there. And then you just decide to pick up the remote and you change the channel. You can consciously decide to change your frequency. You can consciously decide that you're no longer available for this old story you've been playing out, for this Groundhog's Day movie that you've had on repeat over and over again. But the television channel isn't going to change itself. You have to actively decide that you want to change the frequency, that you want to change the channel, and then you have to pick up the remote and you have to change it. You have to actually take some steps to change your frequency. And you actually have to decide to change. Because a lot of people are just waiting for something to change outside of them so they can change. And that'll keep you waiting forever. That'll keep you watching the same channel forever. Because all of the other channels are happening, but you're the one that isn't changing the channel. You are either changing what you're watching or you're choosing to watch the same thing over and over again. This is the same thing with life and life experiences. You're either choosing to have new life experiences or you're choosing to repeat the same cycles over and over again. You have to consciously decide that you want a different life.